I received nothing on paper. I am demanding at this time a statement from the school with regard to what happened, the proof against the allegations, the proof against my son, okay, the recommended disciplinary action, and what type of hearing am I being invited to. You should have been given something on paper. And the fact that you have been given nothing on paper tells me they're trying to shaft your son. They're trying to do this off the books, and they're hoping you'll go along with it. He cannot be expelled because 2 students said he showed himself, and he denies it, and there's no proof. I'm trying to understand 2 questions. Number 1, why didn't they tell the teacher immediately? Why wasn't the teacher told in the class? He showed his wee-wee, and they didn't go tell the teacher. That doesn't make any sense. Think about that. Think about that. A child is going to say immediately, what are you doing? They're going to jump up and make a scene. You're not going to wait till the last minute to tell that. You tell that immediately. So why didn't they tell immediately? That's number 1. And number 2, how could the teacher not see this or know about this?
Yes.
It sounds like total nonsense.
Exactly.
What I would do, and I'm going to be honest with you, technically, because you have nothing on paper, they didn't tell you he can't come to school. Technically, without them giving you something on paper, they have no right to deny him education. And that needs to, you know what? A couple things you're going to do. I don't think you go to that meeting today. You could. If you go, take somebody with you, sign nothing. I am here to hear from you all, but I must leave with a statement of the accusation against my son, the recommended disciplinary, sanction, and the evidence. You could go to get a statement. You could. Okay, you could. I'm not against, but sign nothing and agree to nothing. I'm here for a statement because I need to have a conversation with my attorney. Okay. So you could, or you could not go, but send an email in place of you going. Until I get something in writing, I'm not attending. And if I don't get something in writing by tomorrow, my son will be returning. Because why was it? You said they said he was suspended, right?
Yes.
But did you get a suspension letter?
No.
This doesn't sound right. If your son has been officially suspended, state law demands you must get a suspension letter. They must tell you he is suspended for 3 days for exposing himself. They cannot send him home without any documentation. So what I would do, call around to the lawyers, call the school, get the principal's email the principal. I need a statement immediately. If he's suspended, what are the consequences? What is the evidence? Okay, as well as what type of hearing are we having, and it has to be postponed because until I get something in writing, I'm not coming in. And if I don't get something in writing within 24 hours, my son will be returning to school. It is illegal for you to deny him education for a reason that has not been placed on paper and the parent hasn't been notified. By law, when a kid is suspended, he has a right to 3 things. He has a right to know the charges. He has a right to know the evidence against him. And he has a right to challenge the evidence against him. Right? So maybe they've done all 3. I don't know. But if they have done all 3, you should have gotten a letter. He cannot be home without a written reason. That's the point that it is illegal for your son to be home without a written reason. You have been given nothing at all. That's not a good place. Nah, they can't do that. They can't do that. And you know what I think? I think they kind of know that they can't do what they want to do with your son. So they're hoping you're just going to go along with this.
Yes. Well, we are ready to fight this for sure. But with nothing on paper, like you were explaining before, I just don't know how to properly advocate for him without just going in there and being extremely angry.
Don't be angry. White folks want you to do that. Don't be angry. White folks want you to do that. Be firm. Right. Be strong. Don't be friendly. But don't be emotional. That's how they get us. Right. This is a chess match. Emotions has no place in chess. Decisions in war must be made rationally. Don't be angry. Go in there with somebody, though. If it were me, I'm thinking, do I go or do I send an email? I think I send an email. You know why? Because it's 7:30 in the morning. School is just starting. I think I'm sending an email and I'm giving them 24 hours to provide me with something on paper that explains to me what is going on and why my son is being denied an education. And I will be consulting with my attorney. I would put that in there. And then I'm spending all day today to find a lawyer to see what I need to do next. And because what should happen is the lawyer should tell you to go ahead and reschedule and they will come. In fact, if you want, just call around and get a lawyer first, and you can probably send them their letter before the school day is out. Just in case the lawyer wants to call them himself, or if the lawyer says, I'm going to go with you. See if you can get a lawyer first. But if you can't find anybody to go with you today, you must send them a letter today. And you must give them 24 hours to provide you in writing with the charges against your son and the consequences. And say exactly what they said. You know, y'all sent him home without any paperwork. I said he was suspended, but I didn't receive a suspension notice. Because if he was suspended, he goes back to school after 3 days. But you have no suspension notice. Without a reason for him not to be in school, he must be in school. And what you can do, Queen, you got my number. You can forward me your letter, and I can take a look at it before you send it in. But get that principal's email.
Okay.
And you know what else you might want to do? You might also want to get the superintendent's email downtown and carbon copy the superintendent on your email to the principal. So that way somebody downtown knows what's going on. But it is absolutely 100% illegal for your son to be denied education without a written reason. You have to give written notification. That's the law. Your son is home and we don't even know why. Technically, we don't even know why. Technically, it looks like you just took him out of school.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so find a lawyer, get those emails, draft that letter, let me see it. If you are moved in your spirit to go to that meeting, sign nothing, agree to nothing, don't leave without a statement, and you must take somebody with you. Do not go by yourself no matter what.
Okay.
All right, keep me posted.
Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. All right, sweetie.
Okay.
There is literally a war against black boys. There is literally a war against black boys. Parents, you must teach your son he cannot misbehave. Black boys are not allowed to do what white boys do. Black boys will never get away. A white boy can show his wee-wee and he'll never get in trouble. A black boy shouldn't be doing that anyway, but he's not going to get away with it. Okay? Teach your sons you cannot make mistakes. They will lynch you. There is no such thing as black boyhood in America. There is no such thing as black boyhood in America. There is no such thing as black boyhood in America. All black males are treated as men. All black males are treated as men.